what's going on with my camera. It will not let me record. I deleted everything on there. It has battery. I tried going through all the little features. It's not letting me record. So there's just this common theme today that I really feel like it's important enough to talk about. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with my camera, because that sucks. I paid a lot of money for it. But okay, my timeline. January, dang it, what's my timeline? I have to look. January 14th, 2021. Today was a great day. Had some great conversations. Traveled to the high desert unexpected. I love when unexpected things happen. It's a love-hate relationship. But it was a nice treat to be able to drive up. I love to drive. So went about my day. More fire signs are coming towards me, so that was nice. I feel the love for sure. But there's been this common theme of self-imposed restrictions as a blockage. And I mentioned before that sometimes we're not able to see these blockages, right? Because they're tied into these constructs that we believe in, right? Or that we feel are part of who we are, right? And I had this conversation with this person today about really taking a step back and reflecting, right? Because she's been doing a lot of the work. I could tell in how she's communicating, very different from before, more open and reflective. And I was so appreciative that she was able to share her truth with me. Because I could definitely sense it, just the energy coming from her. It was a different place from where it was before. And we were talking about our self-worth. We were talking about how sometimes we don't realize how much power we have, right? How much power we really hold within, and we're dependent on these outside influences to really speak to our self-worth, to really speak to our value. And I was really encouraging her to not be dependent on these constructs, these other living organisms, whether it's an individual, whether it's an organization, for that validation of self. Because it's a hit or miss, right? And that goes to all relationships. It's if you try to find that validation outside of you, then you're setting yourself up for hurt, for disappointment, for loss, right? Because it goes back to these expectations that we put on people. Right? I'm learning that. Right? Moving forward, I'm still learning that. And so it reminded me of the tarot card of the devil. And I had talked about it before, how my favorite deck, the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt, really depicts the devil versus how the devil card comes out in other tarot packages. Again, I've been having conversations via text or just over the phone with other individuals as well about following their heart, following their intuition, and the response that I'm getting is I don't usually follow my heart, or I have too many responsibilities, I have too much of this, too much. Okay, right? That's their people's truth. But I felt, because this is a continued theme, I'm also looking at it within myself. Well, okay, is there something within me, right, I need to look at as well, right? Am I holding myself back? I am, but for a good reason. I have a prediction, and I'm going to wait and see if, and give it that time, right? Honor that. I'm going to honor it. I'm going to honor it for the simple reason that if the tables were turned, this person would honor it too, right? This person made it clear to me before that they would have honored where I was at, what I was needing, and I want to do that at least, right? And I'm not holding myself back in any way, shape, or form. Maybe just in the area of love, but again, what am I really ready for, right? What am I really ready for? And right now, I feel fulfilled just being me, and so, what am I really wanting? I don't feel like I'm wanting anything right now. I feel content. I feel within my power. I think because I'm in the in-between, I guess. Maybe that's, I think with the number of videos, I think this might be one of the in-betweens for this chapter to start a new one. So being in the in-between, right? Rest is definitely the priority. Self-care is a priority. I don't think I mentioned it, but I did some self-care by going and getting a massage. I realized that I might have some lactic acid buildup in my muscles, and so I'm getting that taken care of. Painful as heck, but I can push through it. So I'm going to try cupping next, so I'm really excited about that. And I'll put a link to where I'm going. It's not a chain restaurant. It's not a chain massage place. It's literally down my street, and it's, I think for what they focus on so far, it's reasonably priced, and I feel great. So needed. And then I found another massage place that within the area too that actually works with trauma victims and special populations where the typical approach to massage would have to be looked at and reevaluated and done differently because of the sensory issues related to the special population. So this includes they service people who are blind, people who have had a traumatic history, whether it's some type of abuse. They also work with people who have autism, symptoms of autism. So I'm going to put their link there too, because it is, I don't know if it's a nonprofit or if they're just donation based, but I thought that was so cool. I never knew that existed. So that's definitely going to be, these two places are definitely going to be part of the resource list that I'm putting together. The other place that I'm just going is more of a sports massage, sports medicine, and I had chosen it because I was lifting weights before, and many years ago, and I don't feel like I really recovered or took care of my body like I should have during that time period. So I like that they don't have this cookie cutter one fits all type of thing. It just seems, they have different packages, but it's really based on what you're needing that they do the recommendation. But anyways, what was I talking about? Self-care in between. Continued theme of self-imposed restrictions. That's what it was. Self-imposed restrictions. So I'm reflecting back, and I decided I have 3 tarot decks. One of them I think I've showed you guys before, which was my favorite and my first one, which was the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa Decourt, and I really liked it. It seemed very playful. The second one that I got was the Rider Waite Tarot deck, and only because it looked original. I don't know if it's the original one, but I like that it has the magician in the front because that's Gemini. That's me. And then the third one that I got appealed to me. One, because it looks like she has like a seashell, but it's not really a seashell. It's maybe a shell or a hat, and it has that one flower. I forget what it's called. But it reminded me of my abalone shell. And actually, this one I just used this week for the first time ever, and I've never used it, so I'm not familiar with all of the pictures. As I am with the Sun and Moon Tarot and the Rider Tarot. Even the Rider Tarot I don't really use so much as the Sun and Moon Tarot. But it was interesting because since I used that first one, the last one, the Crystal Visions card, for the first time, the end one was the star, which stands for hope and I think wish fulfillment. But if you look at her, she reminded me intuitively. I didn't think, I automatically thought of the Temperance card from the Sun and Moon Tarot. It was actions and advice, it ended, that I had asked for, and the stars came out, like to continue to have hope. But that wasn't the initial thought. For me, it was the Temperance. I needed to have patience because look at the Temperance one from the Sun and Moon Tarot. So she has one foot in the water and one on land, and then the two cups. I don't know if you can see the two cups kind of going back and forth, which is very similar to hers. So I was reading it intuitively, and I think temperance is definitely needed in my situation. Why it's not a self-imposed restriction, or maybe a temporary one, but again, because I'm practicing a new lesson of being more patient. But anyways, self-imposed restrictions. Here is the Devil card from the Sun and Moon Tarot. And I had talked about how if you look at them, they're holding each other back. They're not in chains, right? They're really not in chains. And the chains are just an illusion, really, right? That if they were just to turn around, they would see that they could set themselves free. Versus the Rider Tarot deck, this one has the chains. This is the original one. And so you can definitely see the chains and feel like you're being chained, right? You're being held back. You know, then the devil's like scary, but and then there's the one from the Crystal Vision one that has more of this Adam and Eve type of look to it. So Pan, I have no idea who Pan is. I have to look him up. I've heard of him. I've seen, like, I know there's a movie where Pan comes out. The Labyrinth, I think, it was something like that. Or Pan's Labyrinth. But I might know, but I don't know. And now I know that song go. Yeah. But Pan, I'm assuming maybe that's a devil. I don't know. But the description of it said that Pan was in the background playing the flute, and that the temptress was tempting, right, me, the reader, to have the fruit. And I was looking at the descriptions, right, and so for this one, the description says the devil represents an attachment to earthly desires, temptation, being bound in hopelessness or materialism and ignorance, right? This card often means you are in an unhealthy situation which you refuse to see for what it is. The devil card portrays Pan playing his flute as a seductress tempts you to enter the devil's garden by offering the fruit of the pomegranate tree. Once you've chosen the devil's offering, it is difficult to turn back. The Sun and Moon Tarot version says it's linked with Capricorn. Associated with pleasure and gratification, we cannot find complete freedom without examining our dark sides first. This card relates to card 6 numerologically. 1 + 5 is 6, and bears resemblance to the Lovers. Instead of Cupid, however, we see Pan, the goat god. That's what Pan is, the goat god. The couple can release themselves by letting go of each other and escaping from the web of illusion. The devil dominates the couple. His third eye forces them to confront their inner demons, obsessions, fears, delusions, and traumas. The Caduceus is the wand of vision and intuition. I don't know if I said that right. The Hebrew character ayin is the symbol of the eye and represents insight. And then if we look at the tarot, the Rider-Waite tarot, this one says ravage, violence, force, vehemence. I don't know what that means. Extraordinary efforts, fatality, that which is predestined, but not for this reason, evil. And the Rider-Waite has reversals. So if it comes out in the reverse position, it means evil, fatality, weakness, pettiness, and blindness. And so again, I'm thinking back to the Bible story, right? Adam and Eve. How we view the snake as being the devil. And, you know, the devil is offering a sense of awareness. Well, we think, right? The reasoning of right and wrong, right? Right and wrong to Adam and Eve. Tempting Eve, right? And then Eve goes and tempts or offers it to Adam. And he bites and gives in. And then they know the right between right and wrong. Adam and Eve, before they took a bite of the apple, were free. Free from restrictions, right? Free from any binds. Free from any constructs in their mind, right? They were free. Very childlike, very innocent-like, right? They were naked. They were naked, exposed, right? Exposed and happy, joyful, grateful, in communion with God. The moment they take a bite from that apple, they know right from wrong, polarities. They know right from wrong. Before that, polarities did not exist in their life. Polarities did not exist. Right from wrong. And this polarity of shame, where they had to cover themselves up, hide, right? Hiding of their nakedness, their vulnerability, the true selves, right? They were now trying to suppress, not wanting God to see them, the parts of themselves. So the devil, if we look at it in that perspective, this idea, this construct of a devil is really a type of awareness, right? That creates constructs that place restrictions on our innocence, on our freedom, on our vulnerabilities, our nakedness, our exposure of self, right? And those are limitations. Those are the chains, right? I mean, the Bible speaks to the children will be the ones who, what was that? Jesus wanted the children to come to him, right? They would be the ones to enter the gates. So we have to look at children, right? How do they live life? How do they live life? Free, right? There's no right and wrong. Everything is love. You know, they see kindness, right? There was this research, a study that I came across. What was that? I'm gonna have to look for it. Where a child sees pictures of people who are sad and they become sad, right? Regardless of who they are, what's going on. The facial expression they connect with. Not what race, not what religion, what political beliefs they hold. It's just the affect, the emotion that they resonate with, that they connect with. There's imagination at play, right? No restrictions. The way that they play is endless, right? Full of possibilities. Their imagination, their joyfulness in the moment, right? They're very focused on the moment. Not time bound, 9 to 5, right? Deadlines. They're present in the moment. As adults, I truly feel and believe that the inner healing of self will help reconnect us with our inner child, the inner child within us that's hurt, right? It's our inner child that's hurt, that we need to help heal, to reconnect with that part of ourself that we've lost, that has been hurt, that has been damaged because of all the constructs that we as society have placed on ourselves over the years. Self-imposed restrictions without even realizing it. So that was a continued theme of conversation over the last couple of days. And I wanted to highlight that. I had this other individual who I wanted to spend time with, who felt this person couldn't. This person could not spend time with me, saying that they were bound. They were bound by a commitment that they had made to this other relationship, and that they were sorry. I was like, okay. And I turned around and I walked away. That's that person's truth. I'm not going to question it. That's what they want to believe. That's what they've chosen to commit to. Okay. Yeah, to each their own. And every person has a choice. I think that's what we forget, is that we forget that we have a choice. Because of these beliefs, because of these constructs that we've grown up to believe in to be correct, right? That we overgive because we're being good people. And this person was overgiving in this situation to this other energy, to this other relationship. And that was this person's choice. Okay. So I said, okay, thank you. Maybe next time. That's all I could say, really. And I turned around and I kept making my plans. I kept making my plans. Self-imposed restrictions. We have a choice. And even when we choose to not choose, that's still a choice. That's still a choice. Food for thought, right? I need to look at how that plays out in my life right now, you know? In terms of me moving forward. What does that mean? What does that mean? Which individuals do I want to invest time with? Right? And like I said before, I'm not going to invest energy where it's not matched. Any relationship for that matter. I'm using my phone, so it might come out a little fuzzy. But my camera, I don't know what's going on with camera. Right, 25 minutes in. That's it. Gotta go.